I have noticed a trend, especially among small movie industries, when they embark on significant projects or those featuring big names, they create promotional materials that are visually rich to attract audience and fan clubs. The promotional materials are so visually stunning that people fall in love with them, creating a monumental exhilaration upon their release. But the final outcome shows the mirror actually. A retired gangster who came to his place after 10 years following a huge chaos that harmed his peace formed the basic narrative of power star Pawan Kalyan led Sujeeth directed Telugu action thriller They Call Him OG, which hits the big screens. This is Point of View, and I'll be discussing the good, the bad and the verdict in this video so you can make an informed decision about whether this movie deserves your money or not. First, the good. Music. Thaman was the co-narrator of this movie with Sujeeth, and he is the literal backbone from the very first teaser of this movie, and he exactly delivered that same energy here. The pumped up scores were literally elevating most of the sequences having poor designing, and it was a theatrical hysteria to be honest. When I watched the movie, the audience was primarily made up of Pawan Kalyan fans who were celebrating and praising Thaman for his work. This created a theatrical charm. Thaman's ability to maintain a Japanese tone with incorporating mass appeal and Indianizing the entire concept was commendable. The world building. How the story progressed here and shifted multiple timelines with multiple geographical locations, at least to the initial minutes, was impressive. From 1940s Japan to 1993 Mumbai, the whole establishment was very strong in believing in the process. And in this time, Sujeeth didn't complicate the process. In a straightforward way, he delivered the story, and that was a great to watch and more mass friendly. Although I loved his setup in Saho, he still decided to simplify the whole process, and that also looked believable. The performances. Emraan Hashmi, he'll be the main highlight for me here. Sujeeth treated his character Omi in the most sensible manner. Not a generic Bollywood peak for a antagonist, but a completely fleshed out character itself to be with him. And that man has the charm to pull off such a character. A force to be reckoned with in the performance, and power star Pawan Kalyan as Ojas Gambhira. The movie is basically centered on him as the main thing, a basic template of a mass movie, and Sujeeth as a fanboy celebrated him completely, and the portrayal of the character shows he enjoyed the character very much. Now the disappointing aspects. Abysmal editing. This movie has to be showcased as a prime example of how a movie should not be cut. At the editing table, the movie got ruined completely. So poorly chopped that you can't be with the characters or with the action set pieces. You can't even get the choreography in those portions, moving from one shot to another so rapidly that I barely matched the flow, and that was annoying, especially in the first half. And in the second half, I was just watching without feeling anything for any character there. Even the scores in the first half were so casually put in that they didn't match the scenes. The appreciations they received from the trailer, teaser and the music videos has completely evaporated for me. They only highlighted the best parts of the movie in their promotional materials, which is disappointing, especially considering that Telugu cinema is not a small industry. Not at all, I think. The poorly written supporting cast. This was a significant issue. It felt like a typical Telugu mass treatment, but in a negative way. Shriya Reddy constantly screamed as if she were still on the Salar set. Tej Sapru's character was confused about whether he should be afraid of the hierarchy or take his badla for years of humiliation. Harish Uthaman's character was like a casualty at any incident. कुछ भी होता है तो ये पेल दिया जाता है. Upendra Limai and Abhimanyu Singh's character were completely wasted. Prakash Raj's character was constantly hyping up OG, and I feel sad for Arjun Das' character, although he has a strong motive to be in the narrative but is wasted as well. The pairing of Priyanka Mohan and Pawan Kalyan will hit you like a slap literally every time they are in a frame together. This is a typical Telugu movie with the draft copy of the dialogues and editing, not a furnished project. It can't be. Characters here hyping up the main lead like तुम्हें पता है वो कौन है, क्या कर सकता है हमारे लिए, bullshit. And this looks even sadder because I was rooting for Sujeeth. The director, Saho, might be a misfire in terms of screenplay, but he can deliver with this project where he failed miserably. His craftsmanship was negligible here and in question for me at least. He approached his previous project with a sleek style and a massy presentation, which was visually appealing, but in this case, the unnecessary typical Telugu treatment overshadowed his unique voice. The movie's ending suggests it could be a part of a large universe. The rumors are indeed true. However, I am uncertain about the quality of any future projects if they ever come to fruition. And that's the video. So what are your thoughts? If you have watched it, please let me know in the comments below. You can follow me on Instagram. The handle is pointofview9. Thank you so much for watching. See you at the point of view.